Hi guys, so today in this video I wanted to give you a look at my February haul. I know it's the middle of March, so I'm just now finally getting to this, but I got tons of books from February that I want to share with you because I think they're all really neat. There is pretty much one theme to these. Usually when I do stuff like this, there'll be a whole bunch of, a huge wide theme of things, but not this time. Like elementary school age stuff. I got a lot of stuff through Scholastic. There was a huge sale. So I took advantage and got a lot of stuff through Scholastic. But I will start with my non-Scholastic books with, and unfortunately one of them I don't have with me because I misplaced it. But I'll tell you about it anyway. So the first one is I got in February. I had just finished in January the first book of the Selection series, so The Selection, and I was so intrigued and so interested by the ending of the book. I needed to know what happened next, so I went ahead and got the Elite, the second book, from Kara Cass, and I've been reading that one. And the third one that I can't find the book for is The One. I promise I did get it. And that one should conclude the trilogy, the original trilogy of the Selection series. The next book that I got is The Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I got that in my owl crate, which I haven't had a chance to unbox any of those for you guys yet, and I will do that when March shows up, which I have been waiting for, and it just hasn't shown up yet. It's driving me crazy. But, so this one's a really good book. I've already started reading it too. And then this one, my sister got for me, is Princess Smarty Pants. It's a picture book because I do love picture books. And this is by Babette Cole, and it's basically all about, and these pictures are just adorable. You need to see some of these pictures. Just adorable. Look at that. See? And it's basically just about a princess. Her parents are telling her that she has to get married. She doesn't want to get married. So she says, okay, any man or any prince that can successfully accomplish the task that I put before them, I will marry. And so these guys are all like, okay. And so she starts putting these weird tasks before them. Basically saying that one needs to survive a motorcycle ride with her. One of them needs to chop firewood from the royal forest. And obviously the royal forest is not going to let that happen so easily. And just different things like that. It's a really fun book. It was a lot of fun to read. And then another one that I got is another picture book. Believe it or not, I have not read any of these yet. It's The Man in the Moon by William Joyce. I don't know if I can get the whole, there we go. It's The Man in the Moon. And it's basically, this one, not specifically this one, but the movie Legend of the Guardians is based off of this series. And this book is all about the Man in the Moon. And so the whole series is called The Guardians of Childhood up there. And I haven't, the pictures are just so pretty. I keep opening to this one, see. Pictures are just so pretty. I love the colors, they're very vibrant. So, I love the colors, they're very vibrant. So that's that one. And then we get into the Scholastic books that I've got. A lot of them are the elementary aged, but there are some YA, and there are some classics in there too for, kids. But like I said, I got all of these from Scholastic. So the first one I'm going to tell you guys about is The Little Prince, and it is, I am not going to be able to say that, Anton de Saint-Exupéry? I don't know. I'll figure out how to say that later. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but I have heard about this story. It's a classic. So it's about a little boy, a little prince. He lives on a planet by himself. There are some nice little illustrations. I don't know if you can see that. So there's some nice illustrations. So I'm very excited about reading this. Actually, I'm excited about reading a lot of these. So Prisoners B308 by Alan Gratz is a historical fiction, and it's all about a young Jewish boy going through 2 different concentration camps and basically trying not to lose his will for living. and trying not to forget who he is as a human being, and learning still at the same time who he is, because he's also, while he's going through this, he's growing up. So, you know, his worldviews are changing, and it's just, it sounds like a really good story, and I'm excited to read this. And then I have another one. It's also historical, but it is, they're stories, but they're more in the realm of nonfiction. This is Irina's Children. It is The Extraordinary Woman Who Saved Thousands of Children from the Warsaw Ghetto. It's by Talar J. Mazzio. I've probably butchered that one too. It's the story of an extraordinary woman who saved 2,500 children during, while in the ghettos during World War II. So it's a very awesome, amazing tale about heroism and survival and resilience and helping those that can't really help themselves so much. And I think this is going to be a really good book. I'm excited to read it. Actually, I'm excited to read all these books. I should probably just stop saying that. Another one I picked up, this one's Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I, believe it or not, have never read this before. I saw the Disney movie and it really kind of confused me a lot. So I picked up the book. I was actually inspired by Haley in Bookland because it's one of her favorites. So I thought, you know, I might as well pick it up and see if I like it too. The next book is called Fire Girl. It is by Tony Abbott. It is a Golden Kite Award winner. This is about a 7th grade classroom, a boy named Tom, and having, I guess she's a new girl in school and she's a little different from everybody else, because the thing that really caught me is the last sentence on the back that said, Fire Girl is a powerful book that shows readers that even the smallest of gestures can have a profound impact on someone's life. I like stories like this because it kind of has a teaching moment in it, and so I really look forward to reading that so that I can pass it on to some of my young reading friends. Okay, the next book I have is called Heartless. It is by Marissa Meyer, which is the author of the Lunar Chronicles, which I have not read any of those yet either. This is basically not a retelling of the Wonderland, but it is about the queen, I believe the Queen of Hearts, before she becomes the Queen of Hearts. So it's like a prequel to Alice in Wonderland. I love stuff like that, like that kind of gives you a prequel behind fairy tales or retellings of fairy tales. I really like that kind of thing, so this is going to be really exciting. And then I have, this one's kind of a scary one, The Shadow House, which is by, there's so many names that I can't pronounce, Dan Pawlowski, maybe. I was intrigued by the cover. It's plastic and it's just really neat looking. You can kind of see through it. It looks like it's going to be a really scary story for, well, as far as elementary school is concerned. And the thing that I really liked about it is, that really intrigued me, is there's an app. If you look on the back, it says that there's an app for the book. Basically it says, step inside the free Shadow House app. It kind of sounds like that you can kind of go through the Shadow House yourself. I haven't looked at it yet, but it sounds really neat. I'm really excited for this book. This next book is called Night Witches. It is by Catherine Lasky. It is a novel about World War II, or actually it's more focused on the girl in the book. She's 16 years old and she's a pilot. And there's this group of all women pilots called the, what are they called? Called the Night Witches, and her sister's part of the group. She wants to also be part of the group. So she kind of sneaks off and finds the Night Witches' home base, or hidden base, so that way she can join them and fight the Nazis with them. I think this is going to be really cool. I really, if you haven't noticed, I like, as far as historical fiction goes, as far as history goes, I really like to read about World War II. So that there's a lot of World War II books in this. So anyway, another one is from Kira Cass, again. It is the short stories from the selection. It's the selection stories. They are The Prince and the Guard, and basically they're going to be talking about, basically it's a story from the prince's perspective, and then the other one's a story from the guard's perspective. And it's basically a companion novel, or a companion novella to the series. I think that that'll be very interesting to read. Kind of put this different perspective on the characters. I know when I read in the Divergent series, when I read Four's novellas, it kind of put a different perspective on Four for me. I have Carve the Mark, which is the new one for Veronica Roth. And this is basically, from what I understand, I don't know a whole lot about this. I basically saw Veronica Roth and said, I liked the Divergent series, I want to do this one too. So I really don't know anything about this. It might be space related somehow, I really don't know. So we'll see what happens. Okay, this next one is called Red Queen. It is by Victoria Aveyard. I don't know. Sorry, Victoria Aveyard, I think. And it is, basically it's a book about, they're in this place where there's these reds and there's these, I think, silvers. Yeah, there's these reds and there's these silvers and there's magic. And it's kind of classist because the reds, it sounds like, have to serve the silvers. So, and then it's all about a girl who's a red and she's in the silver world or something. I really don't know a lot about it. It said royalty on it. It said queen. I love royalty, so it was up my alley. And then we have A Twice Upon a Time, Beauty and the Beast. And this is the only one who didn't run away, and it's by Wendy Mass. And all I know is that it is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is my favorite story. I have several different versions of it, from picture books to different chapter books, essentially. I even have a adult fantasy version of this. And I have a couple different movies. This one is The Shadow Queen by C.J. Redwine. It said Queen on it, so I was all over it. I really don't know anything about this one yet. So that'll be really fun. Then we have The Escape, which is Children of the Holocaust. This one is by Alan Zolo. It's different stories about children who have survived the Holocaust. And it's not fiction, I don't believe. I'm pretty sure that this is actually non-fiction. Yeah, they're true life accounts. So these are true life accounts of children going through the Holocaust. Gonna be a good read, I think. Gonna be a very good read. So this is Picture of Hollis Woods. It is by Patricia Riley Giff, and it is a Newbery Honor Award. I don't know anything about this book. I saw a Newbery Honor Award and I was all over it. So I don't know anything about it, but it should be interesting. So the last one is Making Bombs for Hitler. This is a historical fiction about a girl who has to basically make bombs in a bomb factory for Hitler, and she decides that she's going to sabotage the bombs so that way, they don't go off when they're supposed to. So we shall see what happens. So that's my huge book haul for February. I probably won't have one for March, so maybe not January. What comes after March? April. So maybe April I'll have another one. Just depends on how many books, or maybe not April, maybe June. So maybe in June I'll have another one. It just kind of depends on how many books I get, and how spectacular they are. So that's it for me for today. Bye.